Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, the Stock Dude, back with another hot video. Today's date is the 20th of September and the year is 2020. And as always, I want to start the video by asking you, if you have not done so yet, to please subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell. That way the next video that comes out, you'll be sure to get alerted and you won't miss a thing. Like I always say, I'm not a stock expert, nor do I play one on YouTube. So any advice that you hear on this channel or any other channel, make sure that you do your own due diligence before you put your hard money at risk. Now let me ask you this. How many times have you looked on television and hear an analyst talking about a certain stock that has risen a lot in price, and you think to yourself, man, why couldn't I get into that stock before it makes that big move? Man, if I would have been in that stock yesterday or a month ago, I'd be sitting on top of a lot of money right now. I wish it was a way, you probably thought to yourself, to find out before a stock pops and goes higher. Now when I say pop, that just means the price explodes and goes up a lot overnight. In this video, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you a stock screener that'll let you get into stocks before they make those explosive moves. Second thing we're going to do, especially if you hang around to the end, I'm going to give you not one, not two, but three stocks that you have the opportunity to get into before they pop and go higher. Now you can't say that you wish you would have done it, because if you hang around to the end of this video, I'm gonna give you three opportunities to get into a stock before they pop and go higher. Right now I'm on the home page of my favorite, and I do mean my favorite, stock screening and stock research website by the name of finviz.com. Now if you look right here in this top section, it says top gainers. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's 10 stocks that made the top gainer list on Finviz. One stock right here went up 28.72% overnight. Another stock went up 29% overnight. Here's another stock went up a little over 29.07% overnight. Another stock went up 35% overnight. Another one went up 38.89% overnight gains. The top stock on the list went up over 42% overnight. Let's look at that chart. I like seeing stuff like this. Get me all excited and all worked up. Look at this. If you look right here, this is Friday's candlestick. In case you don't remember, or in case you don't know, whichever way it is, each one of these days are represented by one of these candlesticks. I have this on finviz.com. I have it set on the daily chart. When you click that daily chart button, each candlestick represents one day's trading. Opening price, low price, closing price, and a high price. So this is Friday's chart. Friday, this company by the name of Cassava, I guess it's Cassava Sciences, biotech company, Cassava Sciences Incorporated. This stock opened up at $8.75, had a high price of $10.45. The low price was $8.40, and it closed at $10.07 per share. So this is Friday's candlestick. All of that action that I just read, all of those prices were from Friday. But if you look right here on Thursday, this stock was trading right around $7 and some change per share. Now, just to give you an idea of how much money you could have made, let us say that you bought 1,000 shares of this stock on Thursday at, let's round it off to $7 a share. You own 1,000 shares. When you woke up on Friday, at the end of the day on Friday, when this stock closed at $10.07 a share, that's $2.98 a share profit overnight. Now, for those that don't quite understand what that could have possibly meant, if you owned 1,000 shares, you would be sitting on $3,000 profit overnight. Think about it. You own 1,000 shares at roughly $7 a share. The next day, the stock closes at over $10 a share. You pay $7. It went up $3. You multiply how much the stock price went up times the amount of shares that you own, and that gives you your profit. $10.07 minus $7.07 equals $3 per share. You got 1,000 of them in this situation. So you take that 1,000 share and multiply it times $3 profit per share. That gives you a $3,000 profit overnight. Absolutely amazing. Huge income opportunities. $3,000 overnight. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Now, sometimes, if you happen to come across certain stocks, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes stocks will give you a signal to let you know that it's a good opportunity coming up in the future for that price to pop. Not all the time, but sometimes certain stocks kind of give you the heads up to let you know that there's something going on and to give you as an investor an opportunity to get in. Let's look at this stock right here. If you look Thursday, it was at $7. Okay, now let's go back to the bottom of the screen. On the bottom of this screen on finviz.com, you see 2020. That's January 2020. On the bottom of the screen, you see the months of the year. Right here on the bottom. This stock actually gave you the heads up. If you or if I would have run across this, you could have possibly got into this stock a lot cheaper than $7. $7 it was on Thursday. The next day on Friday it popped. But you could have actually got into this stock a lot cheaper than $7, believe it or not. Here is your first signal on this chart right here. Go right here to the middle of May. See that small volume spike? Now it looks tiny, but actually that's a big deal. Now I'm going to tell you why it's a big deal. Look at the rest of the spikes on the bottom of the screen. Can't even hardly see them. Reason you can't hardly see them is because they're so small, they don't even hardly show up. Let's look at the average volume traded in this company. Casavay Sciences. The average volume traded per day. And the average volume is just shares bought or sold. The average volume of this stock trades 4.75 million. That's the average. Look at what traded on Friday. 116,841,282 shares traded in one day. Now, would you agree with me in saying that 116 million is a lot more than 4.75. Do like this. Yes, because it is. But right here in May, they had an earnings report that came out, and this is a biotech company. Evidently, the earnings didn't come back too good, or possibly something might have happened with a particular drug that they had developing, and they might have had problems. But the real thing is, you don't really care what happened, and I don't really care what happened. I trade off of what I see from the chart, not what I hear from the television. So really it doesn't matter what happened. But the stock price fell. It dropped from $8 a share all the way down to $2 per share. Now, the thing that caught my attention is when that stock crashed from $8 a share all the way down to $2 a share, people bought it. That's what this big influx of volume is right here. Now it looks like it's a small amount, but if you go over to this left hand side of the screen, that's nearly 50 million shares. See it right on the bottom? That's nearly 50 million shares that was bought on that day. So big money. In other words, the big dogs, they caught it when this stock price fell to roughly $2 a share. They caught it like a punt. They was there to catch it. And if you notice, when they started buying right here, price tailed down a little bit. It does what we call consolidate. Consolidation is just where stock trades sideways. The price doesn't go up too much or down too much until they reload and then they buy again. And when I say they, I mean people who got this big money. The whales. If you look at another video that we had a few weeks ago, I talked about the big whales in the market. So the big whales consolidated right in this area, and then when they came in here in May, the stock popped again in June. That's your second signal right there in June. They gave you the first one in May. They let you know when the price crashed that they was willing to buy that price, not only buy, but buy at a higher than average amount per day share count. That lets you know when a stock craters and crash like that, people are willing to still buy it. And the fact that the price closed green, in other words, on this day, the price closed higher than which it opened up, that lets you know that not only are they buying it, but they buying it hand over fist, baby. They buying it up. So then here's your second signal right here in the early part of June. Once you see these two big volume influxes, that is your signal to keep an eye on that stock. Anytime you see big volume come into a stock like that and it closes green, that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is your signal to keep an eye on a stock like that. Anytime a stock has a huge up move like that, I don't really recommend buying into that huge up move, because a lot of times when a stock has a huge move higher, it always does what? Sell off. And when it sells off, that just means the price goes down lower, and you and I get an opportunity to get into a price before another move in the future takes place. So that's your first signal in May, your second signal the early part of June, and believe it or not, you even got a third signal that came right here in the middle of September. This month, September, where the price spiked up a third time, and then it tailed off, and then here it is. What happened on Friday? That's your fourth signal. You notice I said fourth signal. So what I'm telling you, if you can't read between the lines, is I'm telling you that probably within the next few months between now, which is September the 20th, and the end of the year, this right here is going to tail off and it's going to go lower. And then I believe that it's going to pop higher. So I would keep this ticker symbol SAVA on your watch list, because what I've seen in the past, when prices tail off after a big move, a few months goes by, pow, there it is again. So here we are in September. I will keep an eye on this to possibly pop and go higher sometime between now and the end of the year. If not, call me a liar. But once again, like I always say, I'm not a stock expert, nor do I play one on YouTube. But what I can tell you is what I've seen in the past. When these stocks tail off, they pop higher again. Then they tail off and they consolidate all these tight trading ranges where it doesn't go up too high and it doesn't go down too low. That's a consolidation period. And then what happened? Pop, it pops again. Same thing, it tailed off, consolidated, and then what happened? Pop, it pops again. So if it's done it 3 or 4 times in a row, I can't guarantee it. But if I were you, which I'm not, but if I was you, I would keep this ticker symbol SAVA on your watch list, because I believe that's gonna happen again. So now you're probably wondering, man, what about the screener? Where the screener at that you said? Show me how to find one of these before all of this pop, 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 pop takes place. I'm gonna take you to the screener. So now I'm gonna show you how you can do it yourself. You don't need me. You can do it yourself, because I'm gonna show you how. First thing you want to do, go over to finviz.com, hit this all tab. That all tab, it just spreads everything out as far as the different tabs. It just puts all of them on one page. What you want to do is set your parameters. For price, you want to set your price to over $10 a share. That's going to pull up only the stocks that are $10 or higher in price. I just like that round number, $10 a share, because when you start with stocks that's $2 and $3, it's a lot of this. It's a whole lot of volatility. Stock price goes real high, and then it crashes and go real low, and then you panic and sell at a lower price. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I go over $10 or more. Average volume. Volume is just shares bought and shares sold. I set that to over 100K, which is over 100,000 shares average per day. Relative volume. I set that to over 3. Relative volume just means that all of these stocks that finviz.com screener pulls up, the volume will be 3 times higher than average. That's what that over 3 is, meaning 3 times the normal volume. Alright, and what's the last one here? Set this to options. Now this is basically, no pun intended, this is optionable for you to use this tab. This right here will pull up only stocks in this screen that have option contracts available that you can buy and or sell. Put options and call options. I like options, so I set my screener with stocks that are optionable. And change from open. I set the change from open tab to up. All that means is that the stocks that pull up on this screen should have green candles, which means the price has gone up today, then up higher than it was yesterday. That's all it is. So just to recap, on finviz.com, open up your screener tab, hit your all tab, set your price to over 10. Got it? Average volume to over 100 shares. Got it? Set your relative volume to over 3. So everything on this screen is going to have 3 times the amount of volume, or even more, but it's going to have at least 3 times the amount of volume traded than the average. Set your optionable tab to optionable if you trade options. If you don't, you can use the same screener just to find stocks before they pop. And set your change from open tab to up. So then basically what I do is just go through and I just eyeball it. Because once you do this several times, you'll be able to do the same thing that I'm able to do. Because you'll see it so much, you'll begin to look at it and something will pop out and stand out to you. Like right here. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. First thing that pops out to me is this ticker symbol AFL. AFL stands for Aflac Incorporated. Aflac, you know the duck, Aflac, the duck. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with the duck. So if you look, let me grab my notes and make sure I don't forget. Aflac. This is Friday, the most recent day of trading, and this is beautiful. As you notice, on Friday's trading, Aflac traded over 17 million shares. The average is only 3.36 million. But on Friday, the most recent day of trading, they traded over 5 times the amount of volume which they are accustomed to. So you got 3.36 million on the average, but on Friday over 17 million. That's a lot of money coming in. So looking at this chart lets me know that brand new money has come in. This is your second, actually this is your one, two, this is your third signal. So I'm giving you the opportunity to get in here now with the duck. Aflac, get with the duck, because from what I can see, this is brand new money that came in here. 17 million shares traded. Aflac is going up. Now, you can't say you ain't know. Don't wait 2 months from there and you see Aflac, which today is trading at $37.80. Don't wait 2 or 3 months from now, because Aflac won't be trading at $37 in January. At the beginning of next year in January, Aflac won't be $37. Trust me, Aflac is going up. Now, I'm going to show you, that's one. That's only one. I got 2 more stocks that I'm going to give you an opportunity to get into before they pop. Just to take a pause for the cause. I'm the one known as the Stock Dude. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, and if you like the information and the insight that you're getting from the Stock Dude, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and leave a brother some comments and let me know which one of these 3 stocks that I'm saying that are going higher that you prefer. Leave me some comments, because hey, I can only do but so much. I like your comments because I can learn from you just like you can learn from me, because we all in this together. Like I said before, we little fish playing in this big ocean with the whales. We gotta stick together, man. So Aflac is the first of the 3 stocks that I'm giving you today, just for tuning in, that are going higher. Aflac trades at $37.80. That's not a lot of money. Aflac is a solid company. Get you some Aflac. Aflac. Second stock. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper Group Incorporated. Remember that show they had? Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yeah, that was garbage. Anyway, Mr. Cooper Group Incorporated. I'm going to hang with Mr. Cooper. If you look at Mr. Cooper on Friday, you see Mr. Cooper traded 14,368,000 shares. The average volume was only 1.05 million. So look at that. Today, on Friday, it traded 14 million shares plus. The average is only a little over 1 million. Think about it. It traded over 13 times the amount of volume traded on Friday as opposed to the average. You don't think that mean nothing? That's a lot of money going into Mr. Cooper. So that's the stock pick number 2. Before it pops, I recommend that you go and hang with Mr. Cooper. Right now, Mr. Cooper's shares are trading at $21.72. That's not a lot of money. I know y'all got money. I know you got money, man. You got $21.72. Come on now, I know you got it. But anyway, as I'm looking at this chart, it tells me that right now, this price will probably come down a little bit. So you'll probably even get a better price. And the reason I say it'll probably come down is because it has that wick on the top. And that tells me that the price is a little bit stretched and a little bit high. So it looks like, and it's run up against this purple line right here, or magenta, or whatever it is. I ain't got my glasses, but whatever color this is, this purple line is a line of resistance, because as you can see, the price hit that line on Friday and it went down. So once this breaks through that price, in other words, once this price goes over the high of Friday, and the high was 22.50, once the price closes above Friday's high, it's going to break that resistance level and it's going to set a new base. As you see right here, it'll probably break over and then it'll try to retrace. And when I say retrace, that just means come back to. It's going to try to break that level and retrace, and you probably get this around $22 or so. So go hang with Mr. Cooper, grab you some shares. That's two, Aflac, and Mr. Cooper. Now we're going to show you the last and the final stock that I recommend that you get some shares of. Now this one right here, I own this one myself. Homology Medicines Incorporated. And say that 3 times real fast. Homology Medicines Incorporated. Another biotech company. If you look right here, it traded 1.6 million plus shares. The average is only 523, about 524,000. So it traded over 3 times the amount that's normal for that particular day. Price of this as of Friday is only $11.53 a share. And as you see, it gives you signals. You look right here in May, at the end of May, pop, price pop. That's a big volume of influx right there. See how big that is compared to these little volume influxes? That's your first signal. There it is again. In May, pop, 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 goes up again. That's your second signal. Go over here in July, pop, it goes up again. That's your third signal. That's your third chance to get in. And here it is again in July, pop. Then here it is at the beginning of September, another volume influx. And look at it. It's tailing off. Price came down. Then what happened? Pop. The 20th, pop. So what I expect next is for it to do the same thing. Within the next week or two, this price is going to tail and come down and get cheaper again. And then after that, it's going to break through this $12 level. And probably in January, we're going to be talking about this stock. And it's going to be up near $14, $15 a share. So get you some shares in Homology Medicines Incorporated, ticker symbol FIXX. Once again, I'm your boy, the Stock Dude. I hope that you enjoyed the video. You got 3 stocks. Your boy gave you 3 chances to get in before the stock price pop. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and leave your boy some comments, and we can talk about this and whatever is on your mind, because I make these videos not just for me, but I make them for you, because we all little fish in this big pond playing with the big whales, and we got to stick together, man. Once again, I'm known as the Stock Dude. I'll holler at you later. Peace.